You've been studying wrong your entire life and no one ever told you. Highlighting your textbook? That retains only 10% of what you read. Cramming the night before? Gone from your memory within 48 hours. Most students are pouring information into a leaking bucket and they don't even know it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to plug those holes. Let's start with the brutal truth. There are 3 study habits almost every student relies on, and all 3 are scientifically proven to be nearly useless. Mistake number 1, highlighting and rereading. This is the most popular study method in the world, and it has a retention rate of just 10%. Your brain recognizes the words on the page, and it feels familiar, but recognition is not the same as actually understanding or remembering something. You're fooling yourself into thinking you've studied. Think of it this way. If you watch the same movie 10 times, does that make you an expert filmmaker? Of course not. You just become familiar with the story. Passive rereading works the same way. Mistake number 2, cramming. We've all done it. Stayed up till 2 a.m., drank 4 cups of coffee, shoved everything into our heads like we were sitting on a suitcase we couldn't close. But here's the problem. Your brain treats crammed information like junk mail. It knows you don't really need it long term, so it throws it away, usually within a few days of the exam. And even if it gets you through tomorrow's test, the students who actually master the material will always outperform you in college, in job interviews, and in life. Mistake number 3, passive studying. Reading, watching, listening without doing anything with that information. Imagine wanting to learn how to swim. You read every book on swimming technique. Then you jump in the pool expecting to be an expert. You drown. Yet most students do exactly this with their coursework every single day. Now let's flip this around. Here's the single concept that can completely change the way you study forever. It's called the learning pyramid. At the bottom of the pyramid, you have reading, 10% retention. If you just read your textbook today, you'll forget 90% of it by next week. Lectures? Slightly better at about 20%. Still, 8 out of 10 things your professor says will disappear from your memory. Watching demonstrations bumps you to 30%. You're moving in the right direction, but you're still losing 70% of what you take in. But here is where everything changes. When you actively engage with information, when you practice it, apply it, or teach it to someone else, retention skyrockets to 75 and even 90%. That's why some students study for 3 hours and remember nothing the next day, while others study for 1 hour and remember it for life. The difference isn't how long they studied. It's how they studied. Strategy number 1, and this will feel uncomfortable at first, is called active recall. Instead of passively taking information in, you force your brain to pull it back out from memory. Think of it like lifting weights at the gym. The resistance is what builds the muscle. When your brain struggles to retrieve information, that struggle is what makes it stick. The first active recall method is called the Feynman Technique, named after Nobel Prize-winning physicist Richard Feynman. The idea is simple. If you can't explain a concept in plain, simple terms, as if you're teaching it to a 5-year-old, you don't actually understand it. So pick a concept. Try to explain it simply. When you get stuck, that's your gap. That's exactly where you need to go back and relearn. Repeat until your explanation is crystal clear. The second active recall method is self-quizzing and past papers. And the research behind this is staggering. A real-world study showed that students who quiz themselves before studying scored 50% higher on exams than students who simply reread their notes. 50%. That's the difference between a C and an A. The top students don't study more. They test themselves more. Flashcards, practice questions, old exams. These aren't just revision tools. They're the learning itself. Strategy number 2 is called spaced repetition, and it's your weapon against something called the forgetting curve. Here's a scary fact. You forget 50% of what you learn within 1 hour of learning it. Within a week, up to 90% of it is gone. This is why one-time study sessions, no matter how intense, never work long-term. But here's the hack. Every time you review material at the right interval, your brain resets the forgetting curve and pushes the memory deeper each time. The formula is straightforward. Day 1, learn the material. Day 3, spend just 10 minutes reviewing it. Day 7, test yourself without looking at your notes. That's it. 3 sessions. Maximum retention. You can use apps like Anki that automate your spaced repetition schedule, or simply make physical flashcards and mark when each one needs reviewing. The tool doesn't matter. The system does. You now have the tools. But here's the part most study videos skip. The hardest part isn't knowing what to do. It's actually showing up every single day and doing it. Procrastination isn't a character flaw. It's your brain responding to overwhelm. When a task feels too big, your brain chooses avoidance. So you need to make starting feel impossibly small. Hack number 1, the 2-minute rule. Instead of telling yourself, I have to study for 3 hours, tell yourself, I'll just do 1 flashcard. I'll just read 1 page. That's it. Once you start, your brain shifts into might as well keep going mode. The hardest part is always beginning. Make beginning so small it can't be refused. Hack number 2, habit stacking. You already have daily routines built in. Use them as anchors for your study habits. After brushing your teeth, review one flashcard. After breakfast, take a 5-minute quiz. After dinner, summarize one concept in your own words. By linking these to habits you already do, studying becomes as automatic as brushing your teeth. Hack number 3, the Pomodoro Technique. If studying feels like a marathon, your brain will resist it. So don't make it a marathon. Work for 25 minutes with full focus, no phone, no distractions. Then take a 5-minute break. Repeat that 4 times, then reward yourself with a longer break. Short, intense sprints beat long, unfocused slogs every single time. So let's recap. You now have 3 strategies that are backed by actual science. Active recall. Force your brain to retrieve, not just recognize. Spaced repetition. Review at increasing intervals so memories compound over time. And daily habits. Start small, stack them on existing routines, and protect your focus with the Pomodoro method. Here's the hard truth that the best students already know. Small, consistent daily effort will always outperform last-minute panic studying. Always. When you truly master material, not just memorize it for a test, but actually own it, the results ripple out for years. Better grades, better interviews, better career. All from changing how you study, not how much. But knowing these strategies means nothing if you don't use them. So here's your challenge, starting today, not next Monday, not after the next exam, today. Pick one concept you're studying right now. Close your notes and try to explain it out loud as if you're teaching it to someone who knows nothing about it. Seriously, pause this video right now. Try the Feynman Technique on whatever you're studying. Come back in 5 minutes and you'll already feel the difference. If this video helped you, hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more students who need it. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new study strategy. And drop a comment below telling me what subject you're studying right now. I read every single one, and your comment might become our next video. Now go. You've got everything you need. Good luck. Go crush it.